And we're live. It's Adam Robinson, founder and CEO of Retention.com. I interviewed Ari Murray, VP Growth of Sharma Brands this week. Her LinkedIn on her description says, Shopify Plus is my middle name. I love that. For those who don't know, Nick Sharma is the most influential voice in e-commerce. He's got an agency that works with large Shopify stores and celebrity brands. Ari does everything behind the scenes for Nick. Ari's husband, Daniel Murray, who owns the Millennial Marketer Group, has over 500,000 LinkedIn followers. I actually interviewed Daniel on 10 years in the making on how to build huge audiences on LinkedIn, so you can check that episode out too. Ari started a newsletter 6 months ago called Go To Millions. Workweek is running it. She's making money off of it. I just sponsored it for a ton of dough, and it's growing for her like wildfire. I personally think she's going to be the next Nick Sharma. I want to figure out how to make a bet on her career as a B2B influencer. You can go to workweek.com, subscribe to her newsletter. I literally asked her what she would do if she were creating a newsletter again, and here is what I learned. The first thing that she said was, know what you're talking about incredibly well. That may go without saying, but I think it's you know, she's sitting here doing these growth campaigns all day long, so she can write about what's working, what's not working for, you know, it's like she is living it. And the idea is share what you're living, right? Authenticity is everything. Be obsessed with what you're doing, because that is going to give you the expertise to actually be an authority on it. If all you're thinking about is what you're doing, then when you go to write, that's what's going to come out as well. This was an interesting one that is maybe unique to her. She loves procrastination. She does not want to write her newsletter until she is in the perfect mood to write her newsletter. She'll put it off for literally any reason. She sends 3 a week, and she's not going to write it until she's in the perfect mood to write. She said this a couple times: don't be afraid of making a fool of yourself, because you are going to. You absolutely will. If you're going to start creating a personal brand for yourself, writing stuff that you think people want, you just have to be bold. You have to go out there. You have to do it, and you cannot be afraid. Next, make sure you're filling a hole. Don't go out there and write what's already written over and over and over again. For her, she thought there was a gap on actionable content that applied to these big Shopify brands that was interesting to read. She has a female voice, which is also rare in this world. And guess what? She's right. It's growing like a freaking weed. And then, you know, for the deal part, be connected. You got to know people. She works for Nick Sharma. She asked Nick if he thought it was a good idea for her to build her personal brand through a newsletter. Nick said, get it. Those were his exact words. And Daniel Murray happens to be a Workweek partner as well. And they literally, Workweek, just based upon the rec from Nick, who works for Workweek, and Daniel, who works for Workweek, they took her into their business before she even had a newsletter. It's incredible. Never heard a story like it. So those are the tips that I learned from Ari Murray about how to build a newsletter. And listen to the episode when it comes out. Should be out in 4 weeks or so. It was a great talk.